Okay, so we're doing abs today. So don't need those. Let's come down onto the floor to start with. Excellent. So let's bring the feet down, knees are bent, pelvis and spine nice and neutral, arms down by your side. Let's just focus on where our breath needs to be going when we're doing our abdominal muscles, our abdominal exercises. So let's take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again. So we want to really focus our breath into the sides and into the back of the rib cage. So as you're breathing in, you want to feel your rib cage expanding across the mat. So with this thoracic breathing, it will allow you to maintain abdominal engagement as we're doing the exercise. So let's just do one more. Breathing in through the nose and out. Excellent. So from here, as we breathe out, we're just going to slightly tuck in the chin as we lift the head and shoulders up. We reach the fingers forwards and then we release it back down. Breathing out, slight tuck of the chin as we reach up and release it back down. So we're keeping the pelvis in a neutral position. Slight tuck of the chin to help avoid unnecessary neck tension. Eye gaze comes to mid-thigh or a little bit more down towards the pubic bone. And release down. Let's do this 2 more times. Slight tuck of the chin. Lengthen up through the back of the head before we lift up. Breathing in. Release back down. We'll do one more. Breathing out. Good. And then breathe in. We're coming back down. So let's just do a few little pelvic tilts. So as we're breathing out, we're just going to tuck the tailbone under as we engage through our core muscles. As we breathe in, we're going to release. So as we pelvic tilt, we want to think of drawing our hips closer towards our rib cage from using our abdominal muscles. And release, tailbone heavy, pelvis back to neutral. Let's do one more, breathing out. And then we breathe in, release, back to neutral. So let's lift the legs up into tabletop. Legs together, arms out to the side. I'm going to take the legs up and over to one side. Good. Back to centre. And then to the other side. And back to centre. So we're just going to have a nice little warm up before we get on to our abdominal exercises. Back to centre. So we're keeping both shoulder blades flat to the ground as we rotate through the waist. And then let's do one more on each side. Back to centre. Last one. And back to centre. So we're keeping the legs up to tabletop. Let's bring the hands behind the back of the head. Elbows nice and wide. Let's take a breath in. As we breathe out, slight tuck of the chin as we lengthen and lift up into our ab prep position. Feel the weight of the head nice and heavy in the hands as we come into our toe taps. Tapping down and lift. Tapping down and lift. Keeping the angle, or that 90-degree angle at the knee as you tap down. So with the ab prep position, we want to come up as far as we can, but we do want to have just the tip or the bottom tip of your shoulder blade resting on the mat. But at any time, if you need to bring your head down, please do. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Bring the legs together, lower the head and shoulders down. Take a breath in, breathing out, lengthen and lift up. We double toe tap down. We bring back the tabletop. We lengthen the head and shoulders down. We lengthen up into our ab prep. We're going to stay there as we lower the toes down towards the floor. Flick back to tabletop. Release the head and shoulders down. And again. Good. Tap the toes down. Lifting up. And release. Let's do one more. Tapping down and up. Brilliant. We're going to lift the head and shoulders up. Hands to the knees into our single leg stretch. Lengthen one leg away and squat. So we're going to speed it up today. So a little bit faster than we normally do in our classes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees together. Lower the head and shoulders down. Bring the hands behind the back of the head. Take a breath in. Breathing out. Single leg stretch with the legs as we come into our obliques. So think of opposite shoulder to opposite knee. Let's pass through the center to come back to tabletop. Other side. Back to tabletop. So reach with the toes as you lengthen the leg away. So at any point you can come all the way down as you bring the head and as you bring back to tabletop if you feel you need to. Otherwise, try and push yourself and pass through the middle. Going from side to side. So want to keep the elbows nice and wide and think of opposite shoulder to opposite knee. Let's do 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, got 2 more, last one. Brilliant. Lower the head and shoulders down. Cross the ankles at the front, arms down by your side into our rollover prep. So we take a breath in as we breathe out, almost like our pelvic tilts we did as a warm-up. Think of peeling the pelvis, the lower back up, and place back down. Breathing out. Good. So think of lifting the toes up towards the ceiling. So think of lifting pelvic floor. You've got magnets on the inside of your hip bones. And we're peeling pelvis, lower back up as we lift the legs. So let's cross the other leg over as we breathe out. Good. So see how slow you can take this movement. It's got to really engage through those abdominal muscles to pick those hips up. And using that forced out breath can really help to fire up those deep core muscles. Let's do 2 more. And let's do 1 more. Excellent. Let's bring the legs down. Turn onto our onto all 4 position. Excellent. So from here, we'll do a few on all in 4-point kneeling, and then we'll do some in planks as well if you want to progress onto plank work. So let's take a breath in. Tucking the toes under, pelvis and spine in neutral. Breathing out, we're going to lift up the knees. Good. Little shoulder taps. Tap one shoulder, place the hand down. And the other shoulder, placing down. So I'm going to go from side to side, keeping pelvis and spine in a neutral position. And we're opening up through the chest at the front. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. And lower those knees down. Excellent. So from here, take a breath in. Breathing out. Actually, let's bring the legs together. Breathing out, we're going to lift the knees up. We're going to float one leg up, keeping it bent. Heel up towards the ceiling and back down. Lifting up and back down. We'll do this 4 more times. Keep drawing those shoulder blades down. Shoulders nice and supportive. Let's do 2 more. Last one. We're going to drop the knees down. So we're going to do that again. So you can either keep with the legs bent or lengthen out into a plank position and lifting the legs straight. So I'll let you choose for the second set. So we're breathing out, picking the knees up. We're going to lift one leg up and place it down. Other leg. And down. So you feel nice and open through the hips at the front as you lower and then lift the legs. Keeping core muscles engaged, spine nice and long. That's it. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And then lower the knees nice and slow. And from here, I get everyone to come into this lengthened position. And lift the knees up. And then we're going to hold this plank position. So I'm going to aim for a nice long straight line. Core muscles are wrapping around your waist. Think of gently pressing hands into the floor, lifting up out of the shoulders, open through the chest. That's it. If you need to come down and come back up again, please do. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down, sit the bottom back and take a breath. And roll on up. So you can do that one all over again if you want to.